Hello everyone. It's always a great day to play a roguelike game, and today we are playing some more Ammossum, and this is a game that I've been following for a very long time, and they just released a huge update for the demo. Now, for those of you who have seen it on the channel before, you know that I love this game. It has some of the best weapon crafting I have ever seen in a game, and it's only in the demo mode, so it shows so much promise. And today's a special day because they just released a new big update. So we're going to check it out together. And just to show you a preview of what's going on here, so they have the big update for version 0.4, and what they've added are some new NPCs. I'm wondering how they play into the game now. Before, we didn't have too much interactions with any NPCs besides shopping. There's a new quest system added, so that's great. So they're going to add objectives and more complexity or layers to how the game works, which is good to know. Wagon system is something that I'm excited to see. That's how you get your kind of passive items and stuff like that. And we have new wagons which will give you more effects from what I can tell. And we have an item upgrade and transformation system fully reworked. Now this is the most exciting thing to me because they had a great system before, and I can only assume that they've made it better. They've added new items and they have other reworks down here as well, which we will check out. So let's not waste any time here. And this is what you get when you open up the demo. Every single time they do an update, you do have to start all over, but I actually don't mind at all. I think it's totally fair that they do this. And that says a lot. That says a lot if I'm willing to start all over as a player with every single demo version. And it is an early look at the game, so you can't blame them for doing that. So they have reworked the tutorial, but I know how to play pretty well. I think that I'm just going to jump into a new game because I'm too excited here. Okay, so I will do kind of a thorough walkthrough, or I'll be as thorough as I can as to what they have updated and just mention the differences that I see. The first one is that they have reduced the level count or the stage count to 2. There used to be 3 tickets here. You couldn't access the third one, so this makes sense for the demo once again. And they have the dried swamps first. Okay. So we have the rogue and cactus hunter. I like to go as the cactus hunter because I'm more of a ranged boy in this game. This is new, this new cutscene, walking out from the train. The map is looking a little bit new as well, I think. Some new textures on the map. We didn't have the grass before. And they have changed the bow to not charge its shot. I can't remember if that was something that they added the last update, but you used to be able to charge the arrow shot and shoot 3 arrows at the same time. Now with leveling up, you want to drink some booze, or you can take some bread and just take a little bit of a stat boost. But we got this cactus boost. Cacti wall appears during the battle, blocks the way for enemies, so it has an effect, and it gives us more of these stats as well. There you go. We became stronger. We have this huge cactus wall, which probably won't help us too much. Here's a summary for the round or the wave that we just had. So before, the train would come from the top of the screen and it would show you all of your item gain after that, and now it kind of pivots to the train, which is actually behind you and moving the other way, which is new. I'll mention it as new. It doesn't make it better or worse or anything like that. It's just new. Now this used to be different. Your starting loadout as the cactus hunter used to be with a cactus arrow, I guess. So they've decided to change that. Now we do have 2 of these arrows, so we're just going to level it up by combining the 2. And it turns into a stake spear. That's interesting. That is really interesting. That's a new interaction with the stick for sure. And so I guess it evolved, or it changed after we leveled up to level 2. I wonder if that's going to be automatic. You used to have to choose what it would evolve into, even if there was only one path for that particular tier of weapon, but perhaps they made it a little bit quicker here, where if it only has one upgrade path for that particular item, it will just level up once it meets the level requirement. But with this particular stake spear, it has two evolutions. It has this arrow evolution or this needle evolution. I'm gonna assume once it reaches level 3, we get to choose at that point. That's just an assumption. It makes the most sense to me. This little heads-up display is new as well. It shows your locomotive, your health that you have, the different parts of the train that you have on your locomotive. That is a new display for us, just to tell you what's going on or remind you what's going on, which is a nice to have for sure. So let's go in with our new stake spear. Yes, hold the train for me, my friend. I gotta pick up these bones. I don't know if the bone interaction is new, but I'm still gonna make sure I'm picking up as much as I can. They typically disappear unless you walk up to it and you pick it up. You have become stronger. So now that I don't have any booze, it's just going to give me that bread option, the 2 slices of bread option. Oh, this is a new weapon. Cleave Club. That looks like a poor man's scythe kind of thing. So we reached the first town here. Now, do I have any interaction with any of these NPCs? It doesn't look like it. Now, this is new. I've never seen this blacksmith over here. There's a bar over here. Our train is down here. And there's some structures that I may not have paid attention to before because we didn't have interactions. But this capybara thing was always here. I definitely remember this guy taking a beer bath. All-in-one ball. Common ball, no explosion, only damage. Ooh, it looks kind of crazy. It's all in one. I guess it's a bunch of things mixed together. We have Hunter's bullet. It's just Hunters. I would like to use a gun because that is typically stronger than the bow. So I'm gonna buy the revolver with the Hunter's bullet then. And then we're gonna go, whoa, Ammosum. Oh wait, is this the NPC that we're looking at? Ah, cool. We've all been there. Wake him up only if you need. To strike gold, quest no stone unturned. Hire workman, get toiler feature. To gossip about poor Joe, get loafer feature. So, there's no descriptions on these effects, and that may be intentional. I'm not sure if this is something that they want to add in the future so that you know what's going to happen from the effects over here, maybe with some kind of display in the middle here, a little window telling you what that would actually do for you to get the toiler feature or the loafer feature, or what this quest looks like in the rewards for it. But maybe it is one of those things where they want you to go through the game, experience everything once, and then understand what it does later, and you're more educated. Station is a place where you can rest and buy new items and wagons. To pay with bones, you pay with bones. You can earn bones by defeating enemies on the battlefield. Yes. Let me do the quest, I guess. He's on lunch break now. Okay, so that's an NPC interaction. Okay. Where do I get to see those quests? Do I have any kind of... Oh, here it is. No stone unturned. Destroy everything you see. Reward, you get dice. Dice is a item that you can have in your weapon. It's a fragment, I think it was. So I'm gonna restart everything. We go like that. We go like that. Now that's new. So this is new. So I think it's a quality of life upgrade. I would call it that much. Wait a minute. Now how can I level it up with this scythe thing? That's interesting. Hold on, let me try to level this up with the scythe thing. This thing's a... Oh, it's a material for weapons. But you can also use it as a weapon? Oh, interesting. That is definitely new, and I like that. Now, one thing that I will say is new. Sorry, I got interrupted there by my own thoughts. When you put in a weapon, it will automatically scroll to the archetype or the category of item that connects to it. So just a small quality of life thing that I notice is happening here. So we're going to equip that with the bullet, of course. We can go ahead and level it up with that item that we don't need. Disappears quickly, increases our level by 1. So we can go back to the station, or we can go onward. We go onward. There's nothing else we need to buy. Now we are shooting a hunter's bullet. That looks good, don't it? Let me reload here. I can't reload. I thought you could reload. Let me try that again. You hit R. No reload. That could be intentional again. I can't remember if it was even an option before. That frog just unalived himself, which is unfortunate because I did want his bones if he was going to drop it. Okay. You know what? I don't know if I'm going to make it to the bottom. Doesn't matter. He jumped right off anyways. I do like that they are giving you the XP for any enemies that are falling off of the edge. That was not something that happened before, and I noticed that very, very quickly in the last versions of the demo, because there are some effects where you can just kind of burst the screen. They all fall off the edge, a lot of them do, and then you wouldn't get the XP for it, so I wouldn't use that particular action a lot because I would lose out on XP. Now we can level this up with a stick. Material for arrows. You can try to poke out someone's eye. Now, what I'm assuming is that they've made the interactions with leveling up easier with these material items, I guess. So before, you would have to have another branch to level up to another branch, and you'd have to turn that branch into a stake spear to level up the stake spear. But from the looks of it, what they've done is that the common level items of each type of item can be used as food or material to level up anything within that same category. So branches seemingly can always level up any kind of arrow. So even if I have this needle, perhaps it would let us level it up with that. I'm going to make that assumption here. But either way, I'm going to level up this arrow, and now we have the option to make an arrow, nothing special about it, or we can take the Sharpie. Now the Sharpie seems way better. I'm still gonna use the gun because that's gonna be better. Destroy everything you see failed. What happened? What? I destroyed everything I saw, didn't I? Some of them jumped off the edge. That wasn't my fault. But yeah, I guess I failed that. I guess I failed that that mission there, that quest. Oh boy. Alright, let's just shoot the things that we can kill. I'm missing a lot of bones here. Get out of here! Oh crap. Oh, we did poorly. We did quite poorly. Give me a level up. I become stronger, but... Oh, hold on. We're still in a lot of trouble. We lost a lot of health there. We're gonna lose about half our health. Wait, get this armadillo to pretty slow. Bust him, please. No, not like that, not like that. Ah, okay, well, maybe I'm not so good at this game. Wisdom Tooth seems to be a material to level up the bullet. Yes, it is, yes, it is. And then we can't do anything else. Actually, we can level up the Hunter's Bullet. It will break into arrows after flying the efficient distance or hitting a target. So we do have an arrow that we can connect to it. I assume Puncture will connect to a needle, and then Vassal will shoot another bullet. This one is an old one. Sorry, my head is blocking this. The Vassal we've seen before connects to another bullet, but Puncture will break into an arrow, which we have right now. So just because of what we have available, I'm gonna take that. Now this is new. Beforehand, you would just have RNG come into play and it would roll into a direction for you. It would just decide if it's gonna go up, down, left, right, whatever it may be. And I actually didn't mind that. You had to rely on RNG a lot, and sometimes you get really screwed over, but you would just have to adapt. They are letting us choose the direction of that new connection, which is really nice of them to do, and it makes me happy to see that, because then you can really curate and customize your build. But at the same time, because they made it so easy to make those connections, it makes me feel a little bit scared that perhaps the game is calling for more crazy builds, or it's more difficult now to be successful in that, and because of that, they're giving us a little bit more of an easier time while we're crafting our weapon here to be able to make connections. So it's kind of like a it's kind of a good thing, but I'm expecting that there are some other things that are more balanced to accommodate for the easier crafting here. But overall, that's a good thing. I mean, I wanna see the craziest builds that I could possibly make, right? I'd rather have as many of my items in the build as I can possibly put in, rather than, you know, relying on RNG and possibly not getting there. These needles aren't auto-aiming into other enemies though. The vassal, at least the old way that it would work, the additional shots would automatically aim at a different enemy. Okay, I'm not gonna get that big frog. I want these bones, they're disappearing. I guess I do want the big frog. Bones picked up, I missed 4 of them. I guess at the end of the round, it will automatically magnetize. Oops. Put that needle back in. So let's level up the puncture. We gotta go onward. We only have 7 health left, so we gotta be careful. Now the needles are gonna do good over here. You can't see it under my head, but there's a bunch of armadillos stacked up right there. Hold up, let me get this frog. Oh no, you don't. Shoot him? Boom. I wish the needles flew a little bit further, but maybe that would make it too easy. I'm just saying that selfishly because currently I could use a little bit of more range on that. I love it when they fall off. It just looks so funny. Oh, wait. Run. Come on, Ant. Come on, Possum. You can do it. Ah, I won. That's it. That's it. No boss at the end. No boss at the end is very different. Now, did I get enough levels to go to the Bear Cliff? Okay. So the dried swamps is just a tutorial, essentially. It's not a tutorial, it doesn't teach you how to do anything, but it's just a extremely short wave or round of waves, set of waves, so that you can get used to the game in a real setting, a real game setting. Now the Bear Cliff is going to take a lot longer. 31 minutes is the estimated time. That actually excites me. The maps that they had before were quite short, and just when you start getting cooking, you would be at the end and fighting the boss. But with 31 minutes, I think we can cook for a long time with this one. And I'm expecting that we're going to see some madness with our weapon build here. Or at least if things go well. And if we do things right, I think we can really cook up something huge. So I'm getting excited. So Cactus Booze is here again. Honestly, I'm gonna save that for a rainy day. I did want it just for the stats last time, but we didn't get too much booze additionally after that. We could possibly find some at the town once we get there and buy it, but I typically like to buy other things unless I have extra cash. I typically like to buy more, more weapons and that kind of stuff. I guess Cleave Club is going to allow us to level up anything. Now, does that... I almost want to save it for a gun then, in a sense. It can turn into a pickaxe, which is interesting. I wonder what the pickaxe is. I'm going to make kind of a different situation or a different decision here and actually save that, because I may switch out of the bow unless it presents itself as the best choice even after a couple of rounds. I'm going to save it for at least after the first town to see what we get up to after buying stuff from the shop. Now, we're getting into the first town here, so I want to make sure that we're going to pick up the bones. I'm going to put the cacti over here because this creates a little bit of a bottleneck for them to go through. That wasn't too hard at all. Ah, we got another branch, so we're definitely going to have a stake arrow or stake spear or whatever it's called. What are you called again? You are called the stake spear, that's it. So we got some booze over here that we can invest in, but once again we have some guns. Now we don't have any ammo for the guns. Typically what I would do is definitely buy these additional things for our train. So it gives us more health. I guess each one of them has their own health. They can break and stop giving you benefits. Now I can't remember what each of them do. I want to buy some of these. Let's just see if it gives us a description before confirming or something like that. It's definitely showing up down in the bottom right hand corner. But let's take the poacher. Do I get to see what that guy does? Yes, we do. So the way that you get to kind of see what they do for you is hovering over your train and seeing what is going on here. So Deadeye, get 1 material, reward increases with the streak of absolute wins. Absolute wins meaning not getting hurt, killing everything. I'm not sure what the absolute win condition is. A little bit more information on that would be nice to know. Locomotive is getting 1 material. Now I can buy the roomy wagon, which has no additional effects yet, and then armored wagon, which just has a bunch of health for us. So I'm going to consider both of those things. Stat boost until the end of the ride. End of the ride meaning the whole run, I assume, not just the wave. Cacti wall, we've seen that. Stat boost until the end of the ride. Right, so I guess this is all the stats that we're looking at. We're going to see more speed, more reload speed, explosion size or explosion damage, maybe just damage straight up is that explosion icon, the third one there, and then the bone one is pickup range from what I can tell. Creepy bottle is going to give us more damage and more speed. Honestly, speed is a huge thing for us. We can't even afford it. Why am I talking about it? Let's just take something else then. Now these wagons, they have additional slots. I wonder if there's a way to add more traits to those wagons, and then that would just empower your train even more. I'm gonna take the armored wagon for the long run. Let's try it. Iron Paw McGee is over here. I think he's the one blacksmithing. Yes, he is. We zoom in on him. Best at whatever he's doing, ask Iron Paw McGee. Sell for parts. Every wagon and locomotive take 2 damage points unless they break. You get 25 bones for each wagon in the locomotive. Wait, you get 25 bones for each wagon and the locomotive in return. So we get a bunch of cash. We take a little bit of damage. Who's the new sheriff? Get a feature that provides shields. Interesting. Who's the best at crafting? Get mechanic wagon. Oof. If we get money, we can buy a bunch of booze, but I kind of want to see what this mechanic wagon does. Who is best at crafting? Let's challenge him up, and he's going to give us 3 health points after the battle. Handy hero. Okay, so he's a healing hero. I thought he might have given us an upgrade on like one of our used weapons or items or something, but you know what? That's okay. You live and learn. Yeah, let's level this up because we are using the bow at the end of the day. We have nothing else going on. Now that is looking like a nice train. Let's go. Oh, dang, they brought their friends this time. They brought their friends this time. I became stronger. Let's eat that bread. Hold up. Hold up. So this is, to my guess, an absolute victory or an absolute clear. It would be nice if they told us that that is actually what's happening. It looks like each wagon is actually giving us an item each. Is that what's going on? Get 1 material after battle. I guess with every wagon, you're going to get an item anyways. It doesn't have to be with this toiler. It doesn't have to have this toiler feature, because we got a lot more items there, and we happen to get 4, and we have 4 wagons on the locomotive or what have you. So I'm gonna assume that's the way it works. Let's go with, I mean, the Sharpie just seems straight up better. So let's go with the Sharpie again. We're gonna level this up. Does it use only 1 at a time? It uses one at a time, so you can cherry pick. That is also new. So beforehand, in the previous versions of the demo, of course, we didn't have material items like Cleave Club, where you have them as like food for weapons. But if we had multiple versions of the Hunter's Bow in the previous version, it would take all of them and mix them together. It wouldn't really let you cherry pick which ones you're mixing together type of thing. Or yeah, if you use it from this menu, or this icon in the menu at least. So it's nice that it's letting you choose where you're gonna, or how many items you're gonna use up for that particular weapon. Let's go downwards, why not? Doesn't really change much. Let's keep leveling it up, and we're gonna go onward. So we've got a crossbow now. I think it shoots further, shoots faster. Oh yeah, it looks pretty damn good. Oh, that Sharpie. Ooh. That's mean. Let's get 2 heads. I meant 2 birds, 1 stone. We didn't even get it. 2 heads, 1 stone sounds a lot nastier than 2 birds, 1 stone. Okay, here we go. Oof. Get out of here. I want those bones. Please don't disappear, bones, but I also want an absolute victory. Now this needle is kind of like homing in on enemies almost. I'm gonna get these bones before we get this armadillo. We definitely missed a couple of bones there, and I'm really sad about that. So the Sharpie will pierce if they are defeated, but we aren't going through the armadillo. Or maybe it's a feature or a... yeah, maybe it's an armadillo thing. They don't let anything pierce them, but the most likely thing happening with the Sharpie is it will pierce through enemies that are defeated. Perhaps. All right, so let's go ahead and level up you a bunch, because all we got is you right now, crossbow, and we can level this up with the stick or the branch. So we have a very plain looking build right now, but what can you do? So let's see if it pierces once he's defeated. Yes, it does. I think I'm right. I'm probably right, right? Yeah, that one was a one-shot kill, pierced. Let's see what happens with these beavers. Oh, yeah. It stops at the one that... Actually, it might have a max pierce of 1 additional enemy, from what I can tell from that beaver pile. Because I feel like we did kill both of the beavers that were hit. And we're getting even more items now. Maybe I'm wrong about the number of items that drop versus how many wagons that you have, just based on what I had seen there. Tight spring is an arrow. If this is anything like the last versions of the game, the tight spring turns into something called an arrow in an arrow, which I'm interested to use for sure if we can find it. Fruity lead, a common bullet. What's going on with this? This is definitely a new bullet. I don't know what it does. Let me see my inventory. We have a level 10. Now, if we take some of these weapons, they will be the same level if I start leveling those up instead. A shotgun, a heavy revolver. Now, what does the rattle do? Explodes with sub-projectiles. I don't know what that does, but shotgun will shoot a bunch of frags. That doesn't work with a ball. The options that we have here is using the twins, which is low cost, 27 bucks ain't bad. We can buy the heavy revolver plus the fruity lead as well. But I do want as many wagons as I can get. All right, let's get the wagons. Can I fit all of them? All right, we got a huge train going on. And then we have 75 left. So we're not going to be able to actually use or buy a gun and the bullet, unfortunately. Now let's see the Ammosum. What are you up to? We failed this last time. I don't know if I want that. Let's gossip about poor Joe and see what that does. The loafer feature. Hey, Berry Brew. Capybara is Barry Brew. Let's see what he's up to. Barry Brew will lend an ear and guide you on who to ask for beer. Nice. Okay, where can I get that beer? He's just soaked in it, so can we just get it from him? How to survive the hangover. Get Hangover Mary feature. About a side hustle quest, fragile cargo. Where to get good booze. Get a booze for each wagon in your train. Yo, I'm taking that. So we're gonna get lots of boost because we just got tons of wagons. That's nice. So our level ups are gonna be a lot stronger. I do want these stat increases. I think we could use some movement speed for sure. Duplicate needed is what it's saying now. That's interesting. We're gonna level this up. Maybe level 10 is maxed out. And this is kind of like placeholder text or something like that. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna keep the cleave clubs. Maybe it means we need more cleave clubs or something like that. Yeah, let's just move onward. Yeah, I'm just gonna move onward because we do have 75 bones, but I have nothing to buy or nothing interesting there to buy. Oh crap. Kind of a bad spawn behind the rock there. There's a ton of them here, my god. After hitting an enemy, you'll teleport to attack another one until the end of battle. Stat boost until the end of the ride. Lots and lots of attack speed, or sorry, attack damage. Stat boost after hitting an enemy again with Fire Throat. Let's try the Fire Throat. Now, I'm not teleporting. The train releases plumes of steam, knocking down all enemies. Now, this is what I was talking about before, that it would actually knock things off of the map. I want them to be a little bit closer before I kind of resort to that. So I'm going to take the rough and spicy for a bunch of stat upgrades. Give me these bones. Oh, crap. We might be using that steam. Give me that steam. Rail trippy. We're going. Oh! Okay. Hold on. What's happening here? I think we just got a level up, but because we just leveled up from a level up, it's not working correctly? That is my assumption of what happened there. Because we used the rail trippy item, killed a bunch of enemies, we got that level up again, and I think that the game had a little bit of trouble registering that additional level that was obtained so quickly after choosing our reward for our first level up. I assume that's what happened there. Definitely something that I will be mentioning to the devs here. Now, there must be a tagging system in the game where it's giving you items related to the items that you already have, because we haven't been finding too many random items that are you know, not based on the things that we're using, which is how the game seemed to work before. So even if you were using an arrow crossbow type of combination, it would still give you guns, it would give you melee weapons, it would give you, you know, fragments, ball items, liquid items. But we're not really seeing that, unless maybe that is from all of the different types of things that I've been picking up for our wagons or something like that. I'm not sure, but this is very you know, uncommon to see this many of the same item, I will say. So I can turn this into a new weapon, I guess. So at level 3, I can turn that into a crossbow or a hunter's bow. Now, what if I make another crossbow? Let's level this up to level 6. And then I'm gonna just choose whatever direction. We're not able to take that into another crossbow. I was maybe thinking that this indication over here, duplicate needed, actually means we need a duplicate of the crossbow perhaps or something, but it seems like it's just a placeholder for now. There's nothing that should be there, or this doesn't actually indicate what we do need to do with the crossbow if there's any kind of actions. But anyways, yeah, I don't think that we can do much else with what we have here. Now what I can do, just for science, is level this up into an arrow, and maybe the arrow turns into something. Hey, there we go. The arrow turns into arrow with a bottle, which lets us shoot into a liquid. So we could possibly use that. We don't have a liquid, but maybe just having this in our inventory will have the game, you know, reward some liquids or something like that because of the new tagging system that I think is in here and whatnot. I'm just gonna do it for science. Oof. Lots of armadillos. Not too bad. I'm gonna take the rough and spicy. I mean, we're crushing through it. It's not too hard. I'm getting a little bit scared because we're gonna fall off soon. I mean, we've maxed out everything. If there's nothing else for us to upgrade in our build, that's not gonna be good for us. We're getting liquids, so there must be a strong tagging system for real, for real. Interesting, interesting. So let's level this up as much as we can. And we are rolling into liquids instead, just to change it up. And we're gonna level up the engine oil, and that can turn into a Greek fire. So engine oil must be the base material for any liquid upgrade. Hopefully this will help us. Maybe the piercing would be better, but I still gotta try it. But initial thoughts on that tagging system. It's nice, but I would say that it needs to be toned down a little bit. Like, it is really nice to have more items that fit your needs, right? But I think to be able to pivot into different things for your build, you need other things to drop. Because there are items that will let you have an arrow that breaks into a fragment, and then that fragment breaks into a bullet and stuff like that. And the higher level of randomness that we had in previous versions of the demo allowed for more of that experimentation and a little bit more of that variance. But with what we had seen here, maybe it's with the combination of items that we had, you know, started with, it was really pinholing me into a build where we just have that crossbow and that needle arrow, and that's all we could really find. But anyways, I don't think we can do anything yet. We're not doing anything. We have another round before the next shop, and we have so much cash. I mean, it is possible that the game was created so that, in a way, so that you are more so relying on the shop if you want to pivot and diversify, but I don't know, something tells me that that's not the intention. We'll see. I'm definitely going to try to use this next shop to diversify a little bit, because I know we can go crazier than this if we find the right items. I've seen it before. We're gonna try. I don't think I'm gonna get an absolute clear here. There's just way too many enemies all over the place. We gotta scroll back up to the top here. Oh gosh, I don't want to fall off myself. Ooh, that's a lot of enemies, but we got a lot of health. Now, it was introduced the last version of the demo, but your wagons can get destroyed. It will go from left to right, but they have their health bars, and they will get destroyed if you take too much damage, starting from the left to right. I think that's how it's going to work here. Hopefully none of them are on fire. We got engine oil, more healing. Our healer is at the back, actually, so I really hope that he is not destroyed. Let's see how they're doing. Can I see your health, please? Okay. Armored wagon. Are they spreading the damage? Two of them are closed. I wonder how they died. I thought our mechanic was at the back, but it seems like we lost like the roomy thing. This actually has a cross and skull bone. This guy over here. So I think we've lost a couple of wagons. All right, here we go. So we got toad trap. Waits for the victim, jumps and strikes. I think the toad trap shoots bullets. Beaver killer here. We don't have any weapons. Dice will pop into a ball. I'm gonna take the tight spring because I think we could possibly evolve that into something different that's useful. Yes, that's arrow and arrow. So at least we'll be able to use two different types of arrows if we have that going on. But other than that, yeah, there isn't really too much that I can pick up here that would really help us. I'm scared of picking up a bullet, because then it'll just give us a bunch of bullets without a gun in our hand, is how I'm thinking it might work out. Let me double check something. We had a bunch of features unlocked, but I'm not sure if we're seeing those features. Maybe I'm missing it. So from all the NPC interactions, we had some of those features unlocked, but I don't know how it's going. We already did the loafer. Let's do the toiler feature. What's going on there? Bear Brew, what are you doing? Let's do the hangover. Oh wait, we can get more booze over here again. I'm gonna do the booze again just because I think it's going to have the most effect on our eventual power that we can gain from whatever we have. Now we are seeing that they have health measures over here, so I guess we actually haven't had any of our wagons destroyed. Okay. That's a good thing. That's a good thing for sure. Let's continue onward and see where this goes. I just wasn't able to hover on those particular wagons and see, you know, their stats and the modifications that they have in those open slots that they had. But you know what? I'm gonna just continue fighting and see what happens. Let's take the bomber. We're becoming stronger. Yes, we are. I mean, I don't even need to reload this thing. More stat boost. Is there any movement speed? There is not. Bombeer again. I don't know if we saw the effect from that fire throat potion. It was supposed to teleport us or something like that, but I did not really see that. I'm gonna take the creepy bottle because I want to move quick. Oh yes, we're moving quick. I can feel that 12%. Move speed was something that was added last version of the demo, and I was so happy about it. I was begging for a move speed upgrade type of mechanic for a long time. Alright, so we got this spring here. We're gonna level that up. It is gonna turn into an arrow and arrow. I'm gonna keep making it go down because that makes the most sense for me. Let's level this guy up. We have enough sticks to just do whatever we want with it. And then we're gonna take you out, put the arrow in arrow, arrow with the liquid, we put the Greek fire in there, and then we're going to level up our Greek fire as much as we can. And this should be the strongest that we can be for now. Onward. So when does it shoot the other arrow again? I should have read the description. I think it has to stick in the ground or something. Let me try this. Is it shooting the other arrow? Maybe it has a % chance to shoot the other arrow? What's going on? Well, I ain't feeling as strong as usual. That's not good. Let me take this fire throat, perhaps. Oh, wait, no, I should have done the cactus wall. Where's the arrow and arrow? Oh, no. What the heck? Oh, gosh. Where am I even? Oh, I'm teleporting all of a sudden. That was weird. I all of a sudden started teleporting. Couldn't keep track of myself. I'm not sure how... Oh, now I'm teleporting. I see what's happening. Huh. The last time we were using the fire throat, it didn't really do this. I don't think it's a really good booze for a ranged character, because it's really putting you out of position. Yeah, it keeps happening. This might be the end of it. This might be the end of it. Oh goodness. Don't teleport me again, please. We might need to use this rail trippy here just to survive. We lost like 80% of our health even then. Oh, please let me go back. Yeah, I guess like with the fire throat, you shouldn't use it in some situations because you're not using a melee weapon, and so teleporting to the enemy is not a good thing. Or perhaps it needs to be reworked for ranged weapon users. I'm not sure how we should really expect that to be handled, but yeah, that wasn't good for us. If it gets stuck, it will fire more arrows. Now, I've seen it work before, and I thought that it needed to be stuck in the ground, stuck in an enemy, stuck in a rock or something like that, but I thought that I had given it a fair chance to try and do that, but it wasn't working. I might need to roll out of it. And, yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work for us, and we're almost at the boss here. I'm gonna need to change something up because it isn't working here. It's boring, but I think this might be the way we need to go. because the arrow and arrow doesn't seem to be working. Yeah, this is way better, obviously. So much AoE. Oh man, let's move, let's move. I mean, this is working better for me. We don't need the bones anymore. I have so many bones, it's crazy. So many bones. And I'm hoping that this Greek fire build can let us defeat that boss. If it's anything like what we just saw, it ain't gonna be too hard. Double engine oil, that's actually perfect because it's the only item that we really need to level up anything else that we have. And it's also perfect because that makes it 10 out of 10. All right, everything is good. Now this has a duplicate needed. Never mind, it's the exact same thing, it's just a different item. Never mind, never mind. Okay, so we're going to the boss fight here. We got lots of our wagons defeated. Now, I have seen this boss before. I'm gonna get rid of some of the ads first. Let's go. Oh, he's not getting hurt enough for me. Oh god. Hold on, I'm freaking out. My brain. I'm malfunctioning. He's running. Why are you running? Why are you running? There you go. Now we just need to survive, which might not happen. Typically, there's a huge wave of enemies coming after us. Here they come, I think. Nope. I've seen it before. They might summon a wall of enemies. I'm experienced. This isn't my first rodeo. Oh, wait a minute. Is this it? That's it. Okay, we actually did win. Okay. Well, a couple of hiccups there. A couple of things that I'm not sure exactly the mechanics, but I'm still enjoying the game a whole lot. I'm excited that there's new items in the game, the new weapon system where you can choose where the direction of the evolution. I do like that because it can let you cook even more than it used to. Some explanation on how the NPCs work would be really, really great. Perhaps they've implemented the NPCs, but some of their features aren't actually implemented themselves. So we can talk to the NPCs, we can activate some of that dialogue, but those features or traits or what have you from choosing certain replies to those NPCs, I'm not sure if I was seeing those effects actually implemented. And yeah, it seems like there's a couple of other things that need to be worked on as well still. So we saw some errors with the leveling up and stuff like that, and then also some of the weapons. I think that perhaps there's some funny stuff going on with the effects there. But Ammossum, I'm not sure how to pronounce the name of this game still, and I should, but this game is really, really exciting to see the new updates on, and I can't wait for more, and I will be sure to cover any new content for this game. So hopefully you guys are excited for that. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about the game or the update. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. It really, really helps out the channel if you do that, guys. And if you are already doing that, you are a real one. Thank you so much. And that's what we got for now. Peace out. Bye-bye.